How do you think about the impact of AI on your business over the next, or maybe on the industry over the next sort of 5 to 10 years? Especially as potentially regulation changes as well.
Yeah, if the regulation changes, at the moment we've only got like the one regulatory guide that governs robo-advice.
Yeah.
So as the regulation changes, people should be aware. You guys actually spoke about this in your Equity Mates podcast recently, where you talked about, I think it was like the journey from zero to whatever, I can't remember the title of the episode, but you talked about how it's really important to adopt new trends and to be at the forefront of technology that you talked about. In that one, you talked about like TikTok and gave it, if someone was starting out today, maybe podcasts aren't the right thing to do, but maybe these other things are. And I think that if you're starting out today like we are, or if you're even an existing business, you've got to figure out how you can leverage these tools, because someone else is going to do it if you don't. We don't tend to do the really simple advice. That's a really important point to understand. We tend to do the complicated ones.
Right.
Like some fellow the other day rocked up with, he had 8 trusts.
But is that unnecessarily complicated?
It can be, depending on like
without knowing him. Yes,
they can be very entrepreneurial people and family office type people and these types of people. And so that's predominantly, like if you think about the range of complexity of cases that we deal with, the team and I talk about this a lot, is we deal with the 8, 9s and 10s out of 10 for complexity. Because that's just where we've operated. We've cut our teeth on the more difficult cases. I would say that for the recontribution strategies, for the transition to retirement strategies, all that stuff, like AI is probably going to be here in the next year or two if it's not already.
Yeah.
Just through the off-the-shelf tools.
Yeah.
And so that's great for like industry funds and for the big players in the space that want to specialize in that. Where it's not going to be good is, we already know this right now, is the math. That it's really poor with math. And so getting the numbers right is important. And there are a lot of great tools in the startup phase at the moment. You guys have probably seen a few where it's like really interactive, really immersive experience using AI as a backbone to it, which is great. We share an office with Navexa, which does the tax reporting. And they came out with an AI tool recently, which was really cool. And just to give an insight into how it works, is all of the prompts are in language. So you would just talk to it. But all of the actual math is done in the core Navexa code because the AIs can't handle the code yet.
Yeah.
So until it gets to a point where it's precise, like really precise, you just can't trust it. So I think we're still a couple of years away. I think big picture though, like to give you a quick overview of how we run is you would do a goal setting session. You would have like after the fact find and all the information is gathered. And then we can push that straight into an AI agent that we have. So we could push it straight into a tool that we use. You anonymize it, you do all that sort of stuff. And it gives you, this is what I'm working on at the moment, it gives you what we call a paraplanning request form. So this is where you get to the stage of, you've got all this like information, whether it's super information, tax, income, whatever. And then you effectively have this agent that's trained on statements of advice and trained on legislation and trained on previous, like even if you just have strategies in there. And you can get to a document that then it gets handed to the paraplanning team and the modeling team to check. And their role is effectively to make sure it's not hallucinating, check with the advisor for any discrepancies, and then do the proper modeling in the software that we know has the latest Centrelink information, has the correct, tax rates, all that sort of stuff, which AI is just not keeping up with at the moment. And so then effectively you can get like 80% of the way there. And then on the presentation side, we use Canva and Google Docs. So you can use you can use Gemini to proof the document before it goes out. We use all the Google environments. So for us, for example, someone does the SOA and they need it peer reviewed. You just, in the document, you send it to the advice channel in our business, and someone can then add it to their task daily, add to their calendar, and then they jump straight in and they review it, right? And it's great because like frictionless, just moving between everything. I'm making it sound pretty, but it's pretty like scrappy in the beginning. But it gives you a sense that like, I don't think it's like all or nothing. So I don't think it's like, we're going to be 100% AI advice or 100% in the next 3 years, maybe in 10 years. But where I am now, we've created a beta model I made it last year for modeling a full statement of advice from scratch.
Wow.
And using just inputs from Paperform, which is an online document and like form filling in thing. So you could effectively send it from paper form, push it through Zapier or whatever you want to do, or integrate it natively and push it straight to an AI engine and get a statement of advice.
Wow.
It's 75% of the way there. I just don't 100% trust them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we've got that.
yeah,
So I've
yeah.
got that.
It's
like,
crazy
yeah.
it can't do maths.
I know. It's like
you can
what,
do
it's-
everything
it's-
else. Isn't
it's
like
a collection of code. Like
Exactly.
surely it can
Yeah.
do math.
can't it
Like,
do math?
Yeah.
It's like,
it can
what?
write a novel. But
Yeah, literally. Literally.
Yeah, well, I guess
together.
it's in the name, right? A language model. So
Yeah.
True.
the creative writers that went to
LMM.
uni aren't doing, finance math over here on the side. So maybe in the future it connects the two. But
Yeah.
strange.
Even AI can't understand the power of compounding.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it'll get there.
Yeah.
It'll get there.